Hello guys, today we are going to unbox Wildlands by Martin Wallace, published by Osprey Games. I got this game from Book Depository, a really nice website. They sell books and they also have board games hidden inside their catalog. And they have the cheapest price in the market. They have sales every day. And the best thing is they ship for free worldwide. So basically, I got this in for less than $50, and I have it shipped to my country for free, and it arrived only 2 weeks. So I live in Asia, so that's a really nice service for me. And I got this, I think, even before the release date. I already have this on the way, and it arrived 2 days, 3 days before initial release. That's a really great experience, and I'm happy to have that. All right, so enough about Books Depository. Let's get inside this box and look at the contents and everything that's inside of this. First and foremost, I love the cover art. Really nice cover art here, and when I showed it to other people, that's their first impression as well. They don't know about the game, but they love the cover. All the different characters are portrayed here, and let's look at the back. So we have here some 20 miniatures, and what's nice about the miniatures, it's ink washed miniatures. So I'm excited to see how it looks, and I think that's a really nice quality. They have double-sided board and faction specific decks. This is 14 plus 30 to 60 minutes, 2 to 4, and this is a competitive game. Alright, so let's get inside this box. Alright, here we have Quick Rules, the Guild, Lawbringers, Nomads, Pit Fighters. Yeah, that's 4 factions included in the game, with different miniatures. We have a card breakdown here, map breakdown. Looks easy to learn. Couple of pages. There's also video on how to play this, created by Rodney Smith. Really nice. I recommend you watch that as well. So yeah, they have some illustrations of the characters here. Really nice. Some quick reference for defense breakdown, flag actions, and stuff. Alright. Let's look at the miniatures or the other components. They have an upcoming expansion. This is the Unquiet Dead, and this is another one of their games. But I believe there's another expansion aside from this one. It's I think this Adventuring Party, and that has a different set of rules. This also has a different set of rules. These are undead. Yeah, I'm also excited for that one. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get that one from Book Depository as well. Alright, this is the board. This is really huge, but looking at the art, it's really amazing. I like this kind of art style. It's cartoonish. It's really nice in the eye. It's like a comic book, web comic at that. It's very specific. We will open this one later. Let's look at other components, and then let's look at the board. As you can see, they have an insert for the miniatures and everything else for the deck, and I think they have space here as well. I don't know what's that for, but we have 2 layers of insert, one for the 2 factions, then we have a paper separator, then we have another one for the other 2 factions, and some other tokens here. So the ink washed miniatures, that's what they called it, and it's really nice. No effort. You don't need to paint this one if you really like this. Let me show it to you. As you can see, it brings out all the details because it's already washed with ink. So if you are not a miniature painter, this is already enough to to appreciate really nice details. Let's look at that closer later. To other components, we have one component here that I do not know of. So let's look at the rulebook. So according to the rulebook, this is the active player marker. It's translucent, and it's really, I don't know what it's made of, but it's plastic, a little bit like a glass plastic, so it's strong quality. So let's go to the second layer of the box insert. And here we have more factions and other components. But first, we'll focus on the miniatures. Alright, so let's open this one. Excuse me. Alright, now that it's open, we can look at, let's look at this one. The players nostalgic feeling. Alright, so those are the miniatures. Let's look at the rest of these cards and also have a quick look at the faction decks. Alright, so the faction decks are going to look like this. They have an illustration of characters here and the actions or the effects that you can or that the card has. Alright, so your actions will depend on your cards, and these icons represents your character's icons. So this is your character's icon. Let's say for example this one. This character's icon has an axe here, and this card has an axe on the left, meaning you can use this card to activate Karek, your character, and even do this action. Alright, this picture on the card means that that character's icon will exist or will be present in this list. So for example, Marie's icon is this, so for sure her picture is here, meaning her icon will appear here. This is just more on easier hand management. So let's just look at the cards quickly. We have that. So these are all just the same format with just different icons on the left. This reminds me of Dungeon Alliance, wherein you can activate your characters depending on the icons on your card. So that's really really similar to that one, but entirely different game. These kinds of cards I do not know yet. And we have a reference card here which shows us how many icons are in the game, in your deck, because each faction has different deck. So meaning we have 11 total cards for this icon, and you have 3 of this, 3 of that. 0 range. They are not a range fighter and area effect fighter, but they deal a lot of damage on melee hand-to-hand combat because they are pit fighters. And they have nice defense here, and I don't know what this one is, but they also specializes on that one. So they have 24 single target melee attack cards and 16 defense cards. So that is really nice. So each faction will have their own specialty, their own deck. So that's really nice. I really want to play this now. Alright, so those are the cards. That's just one example of the deck. The rest are just the same with different icons and different. Let's look at the components, and then lastly let's look at this. I think this is just a number card, so you don't have, there's nothing special here, but let's just open it. Alright, so these are just the number cards that you use to, for the setup. So yeah, so you can use these numbers to determine where your characters start and where the next player will place the crystals. So this is like a drafting game. So you receive cards, you choose your card, and pass the rest to the next player to your right. And the passed card will be the numbers where the crystals will be placed by that player. Alright, so the cards that you draft will be the numbers that you can use to position your characters. So that's the use of that number card, just for the setup. Now let's look at this player bases. Very simple player bases. Nice color choices here. They have yellow, cyan or teal. We have orange, and lastly we have blue. Well, for me, I think I'm gonna use, it's either blue or this orange or red. Yeah, but let's look at that one. Let's see how it fits to the player. Alright, let's look at Hugo here. Fits really well, does it? Does it fit really well? Yes, it fits really well. Yeah. Bad choice. Let's look at this one. Much easier without that cloak. Alright, so it fits really well on the miniatures. Nice. Alright, so those are the bases, colored bases. Next, let's look at this. I think this is the damage tokens. Then lastly, those are the crystals that you have to collect. Okay, damage tokens has to be red, of course, but it's still just cubes, not in a heart shape or whatsoever, and it's in plastic cubes. So you can see the problem with plastic cubes is this: it can get easily damaged. I always prefer wooden cubes for durability. Anyway, we have damage tokens here. We can put here. Then lastly, the last component in this game. I'm gonna look under the insert. Maybe there's a secret there, I don't know, but let's try. But first, let's look at these crystals. So each player color will get their own crystal on their color. So we have blue crystals here. They have 5 of each. We have green crystals, orange, and yellow. As always, really nice color combination. So this is the main point of the game, is to get crystal, because that is your point. So if you have 5 crystal, you get 5 points. And then you also get points for knocking out enemies. So this is really a skirmish war game, but streamlined version and very open to new players and beginners. So this could be a gateway to skirmish games. And by the way, Martin Wallace is a Euro designer. He also designed war games before, as I read in the forums, but this is his first miniature game. And I can say it's a really, really nice transition. So looking under the insert, we didn't get anything. Alright, so that's it. No secrets, just a good board game insert. Really nice rules with a lot of illustration, which I always love. And finally, we can look at the board. Let's look at the board. Now, this is the board. This is just the other side of the board, and this is called the Ruins board. As you can see, the setting is just a ruined temple. We have I don't know if you can see it. Let me just adjust it here. We have the wall here. Okay, so that's just one side of the board. We have numbers here which has different meanings. You can see that in the rule book, but the numbers are what the small cards represent in the setup. So if you have a number 19 card, you have access to this space. So if you assign it to that character, once he activates, he will activate here in number 19. So that's how you control activation and placement of the tokens. And then on the other side, we have the dungeon tile. Let's take a closer look. So this is the dungeon map. Let's take a closer look at the art. We have some train tracks, or the mining cart here. Then we have a room with a bed and some chains, a small hole, and yeah, and stuff like that. So really nice art, but I like the ruins more than this. Way better. The ruins is way better than the dungeon board. Alright, so that is unboxing of Wildlands, a new game by Martin Wallace, published by Osprey Games. They really did a nice job with the components, even the insert, the miniatures, and the board. I hope they have an expansion of the board as well. Really nice. This game has a lot of potential. Alright, so this is the Board Game Hero. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you again next time.